World Golf Village Renaissance Center, and it is 2022, September, almost Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is in 2 days. I'm just here counting off the gold, because it's been a pretty successful day. What do you think, Quartermaster?
Hi, Captain. We've been doing pretty good.
We've been doing well. We've had our drinks. We've met plenty of people here, and we're having a good time here at the Ancient City Con. We hope that everybody will come down. We're almost done for the day. Everything will be closed down here in a couple hours, but we'll be here all day tomorrow from 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock Sunday, September 18th. One more day until Talk Like a Pirate Day. So, what's your favorite thing been here, Mr. Quartermaster? What do you think has been the greatest part of Ancient City Con?
I think seeing everybody's different garb and all the creativity that goes into everything.
Aye, and there's been some real creativity here.
Very much so.
There's been some that's not so creative, but we have both ends of the spectrum here, so it's been pretty interesting for sure. So we're going to be live here, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so, and have a good time, 45 minutes, whatever it is, until somebody says, hey, we're bored with you. We're going to have a good time and talk, and anybody that comes by, we're going to bring on board. So Quartermaster is going back to his duties of watching over the ship's store. We may bring him back in, but I do see somebody that just walked on by that is a good friend of Captain Mayhem's and the St. Augustine Swashbucklers. It's my good friend Adam Morley. Now, he's not dressed as anything other than a possible candidate for election, right? How you doing, Adam?
Doing well, thank you.
You are just arriving here, right?
I'm just arriving here. I had prior engagements and I showed up and very impressed with what I'm seeing thus far.
Is this your first time coming to one of these?
This is my first time coming to a con. Yeah.
Well, this is really fun, and this one's a small one.
Okay.
And because it's small, it's more friendly. And a lot of the artists, like this one across the way there, DJ Smith, he's a cartoonist from Jackson. And this cartoonist over here is from Daytona. There's a lot of locals here too, so that's a really cool thing. This is our 5th year being. Okay. There's a whole lot of celebrities here.
I had no idea, like, and this, you said this is small, but I had no idea how, like, big the culture was. I thought it was just kind of a funny, cute little thing. And I didn't realize you took this very serious. And I love that.
If you look at some of the, look at some of the costumes as they wander by, some of these people put a lot of time and money into it.
Oh, absolutely. I feel very underdressed. Like, I show up, I'm like, well, at least I got my fun shirt on.
Well, I'm lucky because I have all of this anyway.
Right.
And the reason we're guests here with the Ancient City Con is because it is always right around September 19th, which, as you know, is International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Talk Like a Pirate Day. So we come here and pirate crew, something like crew comes around, so we just hang out. We've met a whole lot of new people this year. What's really fun, though, is when people come up and go, oh, you're the pirate at the museum. I love that. Or we have actually had a couple of people that wandered by and said, we watch your podcast, we hope to come meet you. So it really is a good way to reinforce the
It's
idea.
right here. That's great.
It reinforces the idea that you're doing what's really cool. So you actually have a card game that you put out.
I do.
And I wonder if you just happen to have a different card game.
I did happen to have one in my vehicle, and I went out and grabbed Pop Quip.
Pop Quip. Now, I have a deck of this at my home, and I play around with it. I'm trying to get some of my friends to sit around my poker table and play it. But it's a really cool game. You got a quick synopsis on it?
Yeah, so it's very simple. It's got pump cards. You can. The nice thing about this is it doesn't put you in a box. It comes in a box, but you don't get put in a box.
That's cool.
You're able to be as creative as you like, and the idea is that if your pump card gives you a time limit to come up with your own joke, a dad joke, a pun, a one-liner, play on words, whatever, innuendos, double entendres, and so everybody gets to come up with their own joke, and then they go around the table delivering their jokes. Sometimes they flop, sometimes they're absolutely hilarious. Sometimes the flop is more hilarious than the funniest joke. It's just a great way to get people together. laugh, and try to come up with some funny comments.
So the entire basis of it is completely humor,
It's 100% humor, 100% humor.
which is really cool. And you know I've done comedy clubs.
Oh yeah,
And
I've seen some of your skits and material. I love it.
sometimes, even on a comedy club stage, there are flops. I've had some bad jokes before, and you hear nothing but crickets out there. And it's live audience, so you've got to be able to respond back to it. So, how can people get the game if they wanted to get the game? Is it on Amazon?
It is on Amazon. You can go to Amazon, type in Pop Quip Game, and it'll pop right up. And you can also buy it directly from the website, pop-quip.com. And we got a great video that shows you a much better synopsis of how the game is played. There's a lot of extra little things in there that until you kind of play it, you're not really going to understand. But watch the video, and it shows how the game's played. It's really funny content that's been created.
I was part of your brand reveal party.
Yeah, the launch party.
The launch party.
Yeah.
It's over a
Oh,
year
Donna
now.
did.
It was just past a year.
Just past the
Just
year.
past a year.
So, how's the game been doing in this year?
It's been doing great, not as great as we'd like, because we're new.
Oh, you know Hillary.
We're not one of the big
Goodness.
retailers or whatever. This is our first game that we created. Everybody that we played with and were able to get together and play, they buy that, they have a great time. But it's such a new concept that trying to explain it and get people like to sit down and play for that first time, that's where the work is. We're still trying to figure out how to do that. We actually have a Unity game day at the Southeast Branch Library coming up. We're actually going to get a bunch of people together. The library is going to let everybody know that we have Pop Quip Day coming up, and we're going to play with a big group of people to kind of show them what's going on.
Which branch is that?
US 1 and 206. Just doing
DMV and everything.
right, exactly.
I'm nervous.
3 miles down from my house.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We found that people who actually sit down and play with somebody who's already familiar with the game, it goes over a lot better than people trying to read the rules and go along. As with any game, you need those ambassadors to kind of introduce the new game to their friend circle, and then it starts to spread from there. So it's just going to take some time to watch it.
But remember, Pop Quip, and it is a fun game. I have one. I play around with it most of the time just by myself.
It's a hard game to play by yourself.
It is.
It's much more fun with 3 or more players.
And the jokes can be really bad. They can be really good at the same time.
And that's the thing. The cards, the game itself is very neutral. It's very family friendly. But depending on who you play with, you can take it to the gutter or you can keep it G-rated. It's completely up to the players and the direction that they take.
And I'm a pirate, so it's probably going to be good.
Yeah.
Probably.
Of course.
Well, thanks for sitting in with us.
I appreciate
This is our
the
first time doing an actual live broadcast outside of our studio.
Well, fantastic. I hope that it does well for you. And I see lots of folks passing by. I'm sure you'll be able to grab some other
I
folks
think
along
we'll
the
see
way.
people in and see what happens. But it's good to see you after.
Appreciate it again.
Let's talk this week.
Absolutely, sounds good. I'm going to.
Hi, that was Adam Morley, ladies and gentlemen.
But
Right.
message me so I can
A
like
real
get
fine
your
part
name
of
and
a
stuff.
St. Augustine
And then I
community
can
here.
say,
Very
yeah,
good.
like, you know,
So we are going to try to bring a few other people in just a few minutes and see if we can find them as they wander back and
I
forth
love that.
through
My name
our
is Patience, and it really is Patience.
studio, which is the entire Golf Village. So let's see. Where's Grace at? Grace! We see Grace coming back. Grace, come sit with us. Just so happens she's wearing pirate clothes.
Like, I had to figure it out.
It works out well. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. They're convention goers too, on and they were wandering about. We wanted to make sure that we got her on. She's been very big in the pirate community in St. Augustine for at least the last 10 years. Yeah. So she's now here at Ancient City Con, wandering about. You've been here at least several hours. What do you find you like about Ancient City Con? Ah, back full of treasures. That's good. What do you think about all the costuming here?
It's so much fun to see people creative get ideas. It's amazing.
We love coming here. This is our 5th year here, or my 5th year here, and I just enjoy it because we get to meet all the different cartoonists and artists and comics. It's just a lot of fun. So you'll come from now on, right? I'll always discover. It's always a great thing. So I'll tell you a little secret. She's also become in recent weeks become a member of the St. Augustine Sports Club. So that's a good thing too. And the St. Augustine Sports Club is doing an awful lot of charity here at St. Augustine. With your help, we're going to do more. So thanks for stopping by with us. If you want to say anything to our listeners and about the broadcast or anything else, give it a go. Throw it out at us. All right. That, you know what? I'm going to have to pay for that one. Very good. Thank you very much. Just one. That's it. Don't be a greedy pirate. All right. Taking all my gold. Typical woman. Very good. Thank you for being on with us. Thank you very much. Hey. This lovely has been sitting next door to us in the booth this whole week, and we thought we'd bring him over here.
What's up?
How are you doing? Sit down.
Exhausted.
Are you tired too? Let me see your hand. Look at that. We got a handle on it. Yes. So, tell everybody your character.
I am Tomura Shigaraki from My Hero Academia.
All right. Now, I have to have her tell you that because, for the love of anything, I couldn't tell you who she was. In fact, I don't know many of these characters here. And I'm pretty sure it's because there's an age difference here. So how long have you been doing this character?
This is only my third test run with this character. My third time cosplaying this character specifically, and I've only been doing this.
1 year. Have you done any other costumes?
Yes, I've done several different animations.
Very cool. Well, we've been sitting side by side, kind of watching each other do things, and I thought we'd have her come over and introduce herself so you can see some of the other type characters we have here. I thank you very much for sitting in on it for a few minutes. Thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the weekend. You're very welcome. Very welcome. And of all, there's a hand on her face. Look at that.
Maggots.
I think that's pretty cool. So, of all people to be wandering about, Gina Marie of the Ancient City Sirens is here, and we're going to put her in the chair next. She's been wandering about. Now, she just came to spend money. Hi, Ninja. How you doing? Come here. Say hello. There's a camera there. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Very good. What's your name, Ninja? What's that? You want one of these? All right, put your wrist out. There's a slap-on thing. You ready? There you go, mate. Thank you very much. What is it? It's a ninja star. Oh. Well, come back and see me after the show. Show you're on. You were just on it. How about that? Captain's Quarters Podcast. High five. All right, very good. See you later on, Ninja. All right, I'm being assaulted now by somebody with a sword. He's your brother? Hi, mate. How are you? Very good. So let's bring Gina Marie on. Come on, Gina, sit down with us. Now, this is Gina Marie. This cupcake was made by Jack. Jack's mother is Vanessa Branch, who we did a proof with. Vanessa Branch has been in 3 of the Pirate of the Caribbean movies. She was here earlier with us. I've been saving it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Maybe I'll eat it later. It is very. It does. So how you doing? You dressing up in pirate gear just to come be with us, right?
Of course I
Of course, yes. Yeah. Now, Gina Marie and the girls actually were in the after-hours dance and entertainment show, dance and music show, and they did an entire Star Wars theme.
did. It was amazing. It was the first time out of the gate.
Yeah, and the choreographing was really very, very good. The only problem they had, and I didn't tell you this, the only problem they had was the stage was constricted. But you did make it work. That's the problem when you go and choreograph something and then you go and you got a different stage. But the choreograph and the music was wonderful. There were versions of Star Wars movies that I'd never heard before. So she did a great job. So how many girls danced with you last night?
There was 10 of us.
10?
So we had 10 people on a very small stage.
Yeah.
But that's the way we roll. Many times we show up and we don't know what we're doing. We always make it work, and sometimes we have to reconfigure the set on the spot.
That's the sign of a true live entertainer. The show must go on no matter what. And Tina Marie and I worked now together for 16 years, I think. 16 years.
Thank you.
And doing shows together, pirate shows, whatever else. We just did a really fun show for a bunch of older people at an assisted living home. That's about all we're going to tell you. But it was a fun afternoon. I was the opening act because it was all about Gina and the girls, as it always is. And I did a magic show for all of those people, and they had a blast. And then Gina and the girls did some fine dancing. And it was just a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And we actually had people there of all ages. We had some children.
There were a few children there.
We did an amazing job. It was a magic show. They loved it.
I think there was one person there that they actually bragged she was in her 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in her 90s, and she was pretty spry about it. She was pretty sharp too. That's the fun part. So you can get a hold of Gina for any kind of work. Blue Lotus. That's I guess. All right. Okay, you're getting ready to go out of the country soon, right? And a lot of that is because of belly dancing.
Absolutely.
Right. And I've seen one of the advertisements. What city was that bus stop sign in?
Well, we're going to Cairo.
Cairo.
Oh, that was for Festival on the Nile. That's a really big show.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up in a few months.
Is that local?
That's
In Orlando. So her picture is on a bus stop in Orlando. That's when you know you made the big time.
exactly. That's the first.
That's it. You've never been on a bus stop before.
Never been on one before.
So 3 weeks in Egypt, Cairo, what other cities?
Luxor, Alexandria, Aswan, going down the Nile. So I'm going for fun and also to increase my education about the dance.
So you'll be working with some other premier,
NASCAR.
noted dancers.
Yes.
Very good. And if you've seen Gina, then you know. If you haven't, then you must see her. And you'll then know this is one of the premier dancers in all the country here. Probably the world. Hi. Thanks for stopping in with us. I know that Ed is over here, and you're wandering about. We'll be here for a little bit, and we'll hook up in a little while. So maybe have a drink before we get out.
Sounds amazing.
All right. Thanks, Gina, for coming in. We'll see you later on. Be careful getting out of the studio here. All right, very good. What's that? That's not for sale. That's a souvenir of mine. But you can buy one of my coins. Are you ready to sit in with me? You want to? How are you doing? I'm doing very well. We talked yesterday about having you sit in with us. Was it yesterday or today?
It was yesterday.
Pardon me. All the hours when you're here for so many hours, they kind of run together. Yes. So what is your character? Tell everybody what your character is.
So I wear Gaucho Lolita aesthetic. I wear it every day. We are vendors. We make spooky wares.
Spooky wares. And look at how lovely her outfit is, and the makeup's very, very prim and proper. Have you been to the Ancient City Con before? It's your first time here. Is it your first time doing a con? All right, so your experience at the con. Name some of the cons you've done.
I've been to Anime Festival Orlando.
Right.
EXP Con. I went to a lot of mini cons over in Jacksonville. And at my
is a big deal. I've never gone to Dragon Con. It's on my list to try Dragon Con, and I haven't tried that one yet. But I like this one because it's smaller and it's friendly because it's smaller. And I have people who've done it for 5 years in a row now. There are vendors and attendees that we now know on a super friendly that really a lot of fun. So I hope that might be the relationship with them because I'm sure you're going to come back to it. So your vendors here, is it successful for you? Did you really?
And one of the prizes was
So you're a VIP guest. Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm glad I was able to get you on the show and say hello to our fans and our listeners. And is there anything you want to say to anybody before we tell you about the movie you ought to see? I want you to plug yourself. That's what this is all about. So plug away. That is what it's all about. Very good. Like that. And yesterday when we talked, you had a skull in your head. A green skull, if I remember right. And it's almost, look at that. Very cute. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you come down here to the con, there is just all kinds of people to meet. That's your man standing on the other. Hey, you can step in and say hello if you want. Come on. Did you make the skull that's on the jacket? You made the skull on the jacket. Very good. Does he need to step in further? Step in a little further. Come on in. No wonder they won the contest. Look how adorably handsome and cute they both are. Very, very, very good. Nice. I love your vest. Your vest is wonderful. Are you having a good time? Good. Well, thank you for sitting in with us. We're flattered to have you. Thank you. I'm going to be here tomorrow too. Very good. Come back and say hello to us, all right? All right. Let me hold your hand so you don't fall down. Very good. Thank you very much. Pleasure to have you here. So we're waiting for a few other people to maybe pop by and if we want to drag in. But while we're waiting, I do want to talk about our Spooktacular, ladies and gentlemen, on October 28, 29, and 30, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. We're going to do a Spooktacular. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a family-friendly haunt in the Colonial Quarter, just on St. George Street, for 3.5 hours a night, all 3 nights. And all the ticket money that we raise will be going to children's charities in St. Johns County. You can find us there. You can go on Facebook and find us through our St. Augustine Swashbucklers public page, and you can pick up one of these cards at just about anywhere else in the entire area. If you're here at Dragon Con, I got it on my head now. If you're here at Ancient City Con, tomorrow we'll have plenty of these to give out, and we hope you come back and around. So, Davey, you're kind of on camera there, right? No, Davey's not on camera. He's the hands that keep slipping in here. So your voice will still pick up. But you had a good time here?
I have.
And where are you going? You going to come around and get on the... Look at this. See, Davey's so good at his job, he doesn't even have to be on. He can be in the scene while it's working. It's been fun, hasn't it?
It has been fun.
We've given away a lot of prizes to kids, these slap bands and monkeys and coins. And we just had a really wonderful time Friday and Saturday, but only one more day to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you come down and see what's going on. We've got, I think I'm going to just tell them, we've got some video clips of Captain Mayhem with Barry Bostwick, Ken Hall. Now everybody knows who Barry Bostwick is. Of course you do. He was in Rocky Horror Picture Show, or my favorite sitcom, one of my favorites, Spin City. So you probably know that one. Ken Hall, if any of you watch the Umbrella Society series, he was the monkey in the series, the talking monkey in the series. So that's pretty cool. We have had, 10 of the children from Stranger Things are here. And and I think we've had 7 of them right now, right? 7 of them come down. We've done clips with them. Some of them may wander back by. They wandered by just before the show started tonight, and they said, we're going to the pool. Well, they're children. The pool's probably much more fun than coming over and hanging out with Captain Mayhem. So they're off at the pool probably by now. And then Aiden Fisher, the guitar player in Stranger Things, that played the big guitar metal anthem while the animals were eaten alive. He's here, and he's quite a fun guy to sit and talk to. We did a video with him, and there's just a whole lot of people. The original voice of Scooby-Doo is here. He's supposed to wander by, and if he does wander by, we might get him on. And we're just having a good time here. It's almost the end of the day. My voice is about gone. We've had a good time. We've been here since 10 o'clock this morning, and it's just been a lot of fun. We have here in our booth, podcast studio, we have a ship store run by the quartermaster with his leatherwork here and some costume pieces and parts if anybody needs some extra. We invite you to come on down all day tomorrow from 11 o'clock to 6. And we still have ducks. Pirate ducks we have. They seem to be going the best. I think we've sold about 2 or 3 dozen pirate ducks. Everybody wants a pirate duck. So we've had a good time. It's been a lot of fun. Have I missed anything? Should we be talking? Oh, let's talk about September 19th. That is Talk Like a Pirate Day. And our normal podcast on Monday nights will happen with a lot of help from a lot of pirates coming into the studio. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to try to link up with technology to California, Michigan, Quebec, Nashville, Panama City Beach. That's 5 right there. I think it's about 5, maybe 6. As I said, my voice is going out. Oh, Spain, that's right. We might be having somebody, a very special surprise guest from Spain, video in with us, link in with us for our pirate podcast that night. Boy, I need the rum. That's what I need, not this soda. All right, now we're good. So, Spain, Michigan, Quebec, that's the other one, Nashville, Tennessee, California, Panama City Beach. 6 locations are tuning into our show and having live links to our show. So we're actually doing a continent-wide Talk Like a Pirate Day party. One of those guests may actually be John Bauer. If you don't know him by his real name, well, I'm not going to tell you who he is. You have to tune in to find out. But here's a hit. There'd be no Talk Like a Pirate Day if it were not for him. There's your hit. So tune in to us. 8 o'clock, Monday night, September 19th. We are already planning that the show's going to go long. We're going to allow the show to go past its normal hour. In fact, we're setting it up to do at least a 2-hour show. So we'll see what happens. You know who I think we ought to get right now? Oh, Nico is sitting over there not doing anything at all. Yeah. Hey, Nico! Bring one of your comics. We're going to bring one of the other artists here, and he's local, Jacksonville, actually, and he's the creator of a comic book of a superhero. I would say a superhero. He'll explain more, but right out of Jacksonville. Ladies and gentlemen, a new friend of ours, Nico Smith. Hi, Nico.
Hey,
Pleasure to have you here. Has it been a good weekend?
It's been a great weekend. I'm almost sold out of my comics, and I didn't think that I would be able to do that, and I'm doing it. So,
That's good.
It's
I'm
happening.
happy for you. That's really good. So many people, the one comment I hear by so many people that come around and then look back at you, the one picture over there, that's a Bridget Jackson.
That's a Bridget Jackson. I told my artist, hey, just give me a great front cover, and he gave me that. I'm like, wow. I didn't even ask for that. I'm standing on the Matthews Bridge. I have Jacksonville in the background. I'm like, it's perfect.
So your character, is he he a superhero or is he a normal man with a little bit extra?
A normal man, right? Which is me. And I go to a tournament. And then I won 2 trophies from the tournament. I go and have a house party, right? So during the house party, I go inside one of my rooms and I look at my trophy, just reminiscing about the fight. My brother comes in a little tipsy. He was drunk. He comes in, he accidentally knocks over the second trophy, it falls, the head pops off. Now here's the fantasy. I pull a scroll from that broken trophy, gives me my superpowers, and here we are.
Very cool storyline.
And so now I gotta figure it out. This power, trying to use my ninja on top of that.
So you're a ninja character. You're about to develop superpowers. You haven't decided the superpower, but this is a very new storyline for you. And you haven't developed the superpower yet. So the world is open to you.
Well, having the girls.
It is. And I'm trying to learn because I haven't gotten it off.
That brings her adaptability right up.
I to this professor, right? But professor was the powerful himself. So now
So he becomes the nemesis of the story.
yes.
Because every good story has to have a superhero and a nemesis. I mean, if you look at all the stories of the world, every one of them and I just drew a blank. Sherlock Holmes has a nemesis. Superman has a nemesis. Batman has several. So you just stated like with the storyline that it works.
It works. And my nemesis, right? So my artist, he's on issue 3. That's where I meet my nemesis, the professor, right? So my artist, I told him, hey, I'm choosing this actor to be the main. Can you draw for me? And he did. All right. And then May comes around. That actor just so happens to be at medical. I'm like, I met him, right? And then I showed him, hey, you're in my book called The Professor, right? And you're going to turn on me, but right now, and then he goes, wow, this is awesome. I gave him my book. And so can I use your image, your face, to be in my comic? And he says, you have my blessing. I'm like,
So can you tell us who it is?
the actor Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, really?
Breaking Bad Gus, off Gideon, Mandalorian. He approved me, so I have my villain for Jacksonville.
Very cool. So are all the stories going to center around Jacksonville?
Well,
This part is more.
well, yes, just for the first story. I'm trying to get to 10 issues for the first arc, and then another 10 issues for the second. So for the first arc, yes, it's going to be around Jacksonville. Yes.
It's an exciting story, and we've watched those crowds here. It's been great. Comic
Alright, so
This is number 1 right here.
this is all number 1 with different variant copies. This is the true story copy right here. This is the Japanese variant copy. Not the whole book, but just the cover and the credits. And this is the hip hop cover. This is the Nas Stillmatic album, but I remixed it and made it into me.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
How long you been a cartoonist? An artist. Let's say artist for now.
Artist, I'm not the artist. I am the creator and the writer. I've been writing this since 2012 when I met Stan Lee. I said, hey, I'm writing this comic. It's Nico started myself. Your signature gave me the inspiration to finish it. And he looked at me, signed it, and said, good luck, kid. I was like,
And you have a picture on your TV screen of you standing there.
Yes.
I've seen it pop up.
so that, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
the great Stan Lee.
That's how it all started.
Yeah, very good.
And that was 2012 and 2020. That's when I found my artist. And I told him, hey, one page unique, that's all I need. And I got 40 pages, 40 bigs. Right now, he's on issue 3. I'm writing issue 4. My colorist, he's on issue 2. So it's a process.
It is. It's very good. Well, we wish you all luck tomorrow. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Making a new friend here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is my 5th con. And I'm trying to get to as many cons as possible.
Well, if there's anything we can do to further it along with this, we hope we can. It's a pleasure, Nico.
Thank you. Thank you. Did you, Nico? I'll be bigger than Spider-Man one day.
Ah, very good. Nothing wrong with confidence.
That's right.
Right, very good. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the kind of things we're seeing here. Up and coming artists, writers, putting comic books together. And boy, these comic books don't look like the comic books of my childhood 50 years ago. It's amazing. And I got another one on the other side over here, right across from us. See if I can get him in here. If I have to throw something at him. Hey! Hey! We're trying to get his attention. And hey, come here! Get over here! Yes! Have a seat with us, mate.
I shall sit.
You shall
Shall
sit.
sit with my brethren.
Aye. Another one. Look, now you're out of
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Another Jacksonville.
Another port.
Yes. Just the back door to St. Augustine. So you've got. This is, by the way, Luke Stowe. What a great name. Luke Stowe.
Thanks, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, probably not. Your parents were taking it. Yeah. So you've got. Instead of me just asking, tell us what your artwork and your comics story like.
Okay, well, I am an artist and a writer. So you both. I write a story about the Nephilim. Nephilim are angel-human hybrids that are talked about in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam.
Right.
They are influencers of every culture's mythology, from Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology, African mythology, Greek mythology, particularly. Now, in my world, the Nephilim really still exists. It's just been laying dormant. One day, it's been laying. One day, it wakes up. Now, that's interesting. It's not the most interesting. The truly interesting part is within hours, these people are getting these powers. Within hours of powers.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool writing.
Within hours of powers. Someone's coming around and abducting them. And so, in my book, I have to figure out who's taking them, why they're being taken, and ultimately what are they doing with them. Right?
So some super evil genius could be behind all this.
Exactly. Now, seeing how the Nephilim are kind of the core, the seed of all of these different mythologies, we have a lot to play with.
Yes, you do. What an open, and like we were talking with Nico just a few minutes ago, you have a nemesis. You always have to have a nemesis.
Yes.
It's important to the story. And we're working on the idea of who the good guys are.
Yes. The nemesis is nemesis.
Yes.
See, I only know one way to go.
Yes.
So I go as good as you can.
Very cool. Sounds like a good storyline. Show the art.
Yeah, so we recently just signed up with Harold Comics. The remaster.
Look at the artwork. The artwork is, and he's the artist and the writer. That's pretty impressive. You gotta do both. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to come down here and see this. All day Sunday we'll be here from noon, 11 till 6. And you come down and find my booth, Captain's Quarters Podcast, Captain Mayhem. Then you'll find Luke Stone's booth. Then you'll find Nico Smith's booth, because they're right across the walkway from us. Can't miss them because they're. You do.
And if you don't see it,
Well, then You're not going to be able to read me.
Do I either jump?
Maybe a little bit of both. Now, the lovely in the booth is your daughter helping you today, right? Yeah, very good. What's her name? Hi, Corey. Hi. So Corey is across there at the booth. He's watching the booth while Nad's over here just chit-chatting away. But we don't want him to chit-chat too long because he's not working, so Corey will make him work. I'm going to say thank you for being here. And good luck. I hope tomorrow was a good day. Was today a good day? Good. Nico said the same thing.
I've got 10 trains and 6 copies left.
Very good.
6 of those, 10 of these.
So if you want some good stuff, you got to come down here tomorrow. Otherwise, you snooze, you lose. Right. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Thank you all very much. I had somebody else I was going to put on the show, but they may have wandered off already. And then I saw somebody with the most enormous pirate hat. She said she'd come back and do the show, but it appears that she might have forgotten. There's so many things going on here, it's not that hard to forget. So we've made some great videos. We've done at least 15 clips, I think, now. At least 15 clips. We're going to put all those clips together in one montage to show off. It'll probably be a long montage, but you can watch it at your leisure on our YouTube channel, Captain's Quarters Podcast. And we hope you'll go there to Captain's Quarters Podcast, subscribe, like, hit the bell. That way you get reminders about our shows. And we hope that you can be a part of our cast and crew every Monday night watching Captain's Quarters Podcast. Mr. Longwood, how much time have we put in for this show tonight? We didn't want to really make it a big show, but what are we looking at in time? 42 minutes already. Wow. We've had some good guests then. We've had some fun. And I'm thinking that if I don't see anybody else coming down the way, I might go ahead and just close up the show because they'll be closing up the fest tonight. The con will be ending right around 8 o'clock and we'll be done for the night. But as I said earlier, guess what? 11 o'clock Sunday morning, we'll be back here. And we're running all the way till 6. It's a good time had by all. There's a lot of time to enjoy yourselves. And there's so much down here. I think we're going to close off. By the way,
I mean, that's part of the podcast.
we do need to say that. So we'll just say it together. But one thing I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this was actually our first off-site live podcast. I think the whole weekend's been good. What do you say, Mr. Longwood? Aye, very good. So, as we always do, which is on our poker chip, we always have a way to sign off every one of our shows. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sign off for now. Relax for a few minutes as you close down. We'll be back again at 11 on Sunday. So go ahead, Mr. Davey. How do we start it?
Part of the podcast.
Part of the crew. Always. We'll see you on the next show.